Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel that is Harshal's Cloud. My name is Harshal and we are going to discuss on today's topic that is AWS Cold Build. So let's get started. So the very first question comes to your mind is that what is Code Build? So we are going to read this documentation, AWS documentation on AWS Code Build, and then I will explain you, right? So what is code build? So AWS code build is a fully managed build service in the cloud. Okay, so code build is provided by the AWS. Okay, and this we don't need to take care of the servers and all the things, all the stuffs. Okay, everything will be managed by AWS cloud itself. So code build compiles your source code, runs unit test, and produces artifacts that are ready to deploy. Okay, so uh, the very first thing that developer writes the code and save in GitHub, AWS code commit, or even Amazon S3. Okay, so a developer don't need to take care of other environment, right? They only provide us the code. Okay, that's the only thing they have done, right? So the next process we are going to do, okay, we need to build a code, and then they have written the code. Okay, but they did not provide us the dependencies and all the other stuff that is requirement to run the code. Okay, so it is our job to it is dev's job to build a code and test the code. Okay, to provide that pipeline. So here, what is code build? How can we build a code? Okay, so code build compiles your source code, runs unit tests, and produces artifacts that are ready to deploy. So in the code build, there are two steps are involved. That is building the code and test the code, right? And testing both are required in this AWS code build. So building the code means what? So the building the code is in AWS code build. What happened? AWS code build compiles the code from, for example, AWS code commit. Okay, we have saved our work in AWS code commit. So take that code from AWS code commit, and then we have to provide all the environment. Okay, for example, for running this code, the requirement of other files, that is the requirement of, for example, it is a Java code, then the requirement of Java is also important. Maven is important. For example, I told you, okay, for example, Python is required. Okay, the programming language Node.js is required. Okay, then other dependencies files are required. So many things is required. Just getting code isn't enough, right? We need to provide environment also so that code gets run. Okay, then what happened after we provide all the environment? After that, the code will get containerization. Okay, the code will be containerized, and the Docker image will be produced. Okay, and after Docker image produced, then what happened? The artifacts will be created uh, out of it. Okay, those artifacts is very important. So for that reason, we have to save the artifacts in Amazon S3, right? So that artifacts is also very important. Okay, and then after the produces are of artifact produces the artifacts, then we are ready to deploy our code for example, EC2 instance, uh, or whatever. Okay, wherever we wants to deploy it. It could be Amazon S3, it could be EC2 instance, or it could be Lambda, wherever. Okay, right? So that is the deployment stage. Okay, so we are not going to discuss here for deployment stage. So for now we are going to discuss on Amazon AWS code build. So code build eliminates the need to provision, right? We don't need to provision here. We don't need to manage, we don't need to scale our build servers. Okay, we don't take care of build servers, right? Everything will be done by cloud itself. So it provides pre-packaged build environments, right? It provides the pre-packaged build environments. We don't need to actually build all the environments for code. Okay, the AWS code build itself, they build the environment. Okay, we just need to we just need to instruct to add instruction in YAML file. Okay, build spec YAML file. Okay, we will talk later in this video. Okay, I'll tell you what is build spec YAML file and how it is important for us. For popular programming languages and build tools such as Apache, Maven, Gradle, and more. Okay, so for example, if you want to deploy Java application. So for deploying the Java application, if you want to test the Java code, okay, what you need Java programming language, right? So Java programming language is very very important so that you can run the code. Okay, for example, again I am telling you one more example. For example, if you have written the code in HTML, right? You have HTML code, right? So in HTML code, and you want to create a website. So in that case, what you will do, you will finally deploy that code in S3 because it's a static website, right? Then once you deploy that code in S3, okay, but before that you have to test that code whether how that code is look like. So for that reason you need to check with the HTTP service, right? So finally it will be that website will be accessed or will be reached by HTTP. So we need to add HTTP service as well. Okay, so that environment we need to build here. You can also customize build environment in CodeBuild to use your own build tools. CodeBuild scales automatically to meet peak build requests. Okay, this also take care by the AWS CodeBuild, so we don't have to worry about that. Then CodeBuild provides these benefits. There are some benefits provided by CodeBuild, so we'll check here. So fully managed CodeBuild eliminates the need to set up patch, update, and manage your own build server. Yeah, of course, we don't need to worry about that. Then on demand code build, scale on demand to meet your build needs. You pay only for the number of build minutes you consume. Okay, here we just need to pay. Okay, once we start building the code, okay, and the time it will take uh, before Docker leave, Docker image leave. Okay, so we need to the time taken to build the code. Okay, so we have to pay for that time only. We don't need to worry about other things, other environment things and all the stuffs. Okay, we don't need to worry about that. So here out of the box, then CodeBuild provides pre-configured build environments for the most popular programming languages. All of you need to do is point to your child's build script to start your first build. Okay, so CodeBuild provide pre-configured build environments for the most popular programming languages, right? So there are many programming languages code build used for, and all we need to do is that we need to simply write the build script to start the first build. Okay, then how can we do that? Okay, so let's get into the demo. Okay, in the demo I'll tell you what the process we need to what the steps we need to go we need to take. So you will come to know very easily. So now first I'm going to code build here, right? And here we need to create a project, right? So the first code build project we are going to create. You can give any name, so I'm giving my first code build project. Okay, you can give description here or you can leave it. Then go down, and here, where is your code located? My code is located at code commit, so I select that code commit. It could be in S3 GitHub Bitbucket or GitHub Enterprise. Okay, so click here and your repository will be shown here. Just select that repository, then branch. Okay, there is only branch available, that is master, and the and here is, you can see that commit code. Okay, then additional configuration, you don't need to check that. Okay, okay, then here you can see that managed image and custom image. If you have already created Docker image, then you can go with that, but if you have not created any Docker image, then you can choose simply manage image. The AWS code build itself manage image. Okay, you simply just select one of the operating system here, so that is, I'm selecting Amazon Linux 2. Okay, so in the background, what happened, Amazon Linux 2 automatically it installed. Okay, and the environment will be created, right? So image will be the Docker image will be created for Linux, Amazon Linux 2. Okay, then here runtime should be standard, right? It should be standard. Then you can click here, and version should be the latest version, right? Latest image for this runtime version. Okay, then if you have already created an Docker image, then you can click here, otherwise leave it, right? If you have a service role, existing service role, you can add that service role, otherwise create new service role. Okay, so here I have not created any service role, I don't have any service role here, so I create a new service role. Okay, and this service role will allow you to generate logs in CloudWatch log. Okay, we can add further again, we can attach policies to that role. Okay, as per our requirement. So here additional configuration you can see, so the timeout should be it could be anything. Okay, it is as per your requirement. Okay, the code takes half an hour, code takes 10 minutes. Okay, whatever the length of code and the time it will take for the code to run, so you can simply specify that time here. Okay, I'm taking it 1 hour. Okay, again 1 hour is, it's too much time. Okay, but they have given us 8 hours. Okay, 5 minutes to 8 hours, we can specify any of them in between. So the timeout for, I'm telling you, the timeout for AWS Lambda is maximum 15 minutes. Okay, so if you have a lot of things to do, okay, if you want to install some applications, dependencies, then do lot of stuff, testing, right? Then in that case, you have to create code build. Okay, it will not happen with the AWS Lambda, right? AWS Lambda only have 15 minutes. Okay, and if code runs more than 15 minutes, then AWS Lambda will not work. It is not suitable for that code. So the timeout we are taken here, that is 1 hour. Then queue timeout, that is 8 hour. You can take it as per your requirement. Then you can install the certificate, or you don't need to install. Okay, so whatever it is the kind of security. Then if you want to create a build a code, any of the given VPC, you can select that, otherwise leave it. Okay, though it will take by default VPC. then here you can see the environment variable. Okay, we will talk about that environment variable later on in this video, so just leave it for now. Then okay, that is the build spec. Okay, so we are going down here, you can see the build spec. Okay, that build spec file is very important. The AWS code build, it will take instruction from that build spec file, build spec.yaml file. Okay, it is YAML format file, and we can give instruction to AWS code build that I require, my requirement is that, for example, I want Java applications, Java language, okay, or Python language, or any kind of dependencies, or we can simply, you just want to add a command. Okay, everything will be possible by using that build spec YAML file. Okay, so I just click here, or if you don't have a build spec file, you can simply click here. Okay, so insert build command, you can simply go to here editor and you can add. Okay, this is the this is not only but also build spec file, whatever you can see in the build spec file. Okay, here you can get the commands. Simply just go and add whatever you want, whatever the environment you want, you can simply specify over here in insert build spec build commands. So okay, I'm using that build spec file because I have that build spec file in code commit, okay, with my code file, so I don't need to worry about that. Then okay, then you can also select artifacts, right? So after leaving the containerization or the Docker image, what happened, the artifact file will be generated, and that artifact file is very important for us. So that's why we can save that file artifacts in Amazon S3. Okay, so there is an option we are getting here. Then cache you can add or not. Okay, so you can leave it for now. And here logs. Okay, CloudWatch logs are very important. So because of why logs are important, if we don't get logs, we are not sure that what's wrong happened with the code build. If code build gets failed, then in that case what we can do, we can see the logs in the CloudWatch, and we can troubleshoot the issue. So that's why CloudWatch logs are is also very important. We can also save it in S3 bucket. Okay, simply just click on here and you can select the bucket. Okay, and there the logs will be saved. Okay, but I just want to check here CloudWatch logs. Okay, I don't need to be saved in the S3 bucket, so that's fine. Okay, and here I'm creating the build project. So in a moment, uh, project will be created. Okay, now our project is created, and okay, so right now I want to start the building. Okay, if I start this building, okay, in that case what happen, the code which is available in the repository in code commit, that code will start running, and the instruction that is provided in the YAML file, those instruction will be uh, according to that instruction everything will be go on. Okay, so first of all I would like to show you the in the repository there is a YAML file. I would like to show you that YAML file. Okay, it is taking too much time. due to slow internet it is taking too much time. For some reason I'm okay. Okay, right now I can see the repository, so just click on that repository and you can see, okay, all the steps here. So here you can see that build spec YAML file. Okay, just click on that. So first of all, I would like to tell you about to elaborate this build spec file. What is this? Okay, so the version is 0.2. Okay, and there are four phases, right? The first phase is install, second phase is pre-build, third is build, and the last one is post-build, right? So here what we have done, we need to install the runtime version, that is node.js 10. Okay, we need to install node.js runtime, okay, or the programming language. Then we need to show the command that is installing something. Okay, whatever the command you are giving here, that will be run. Okay, and showing the output. So we have given the command echo. Okay, so it will display that installing something. Then pre-built before building the process, this command will be built. Okay, so after so then building process will start, and in building process what happen, then the actual costing will be included. Okay, the building process, when the code started building, okay, then the time will take to build the code. Okay, it will charge, right? It will charge a money. So here the building process require the command, that is we are in the build block. Okay, the first command will run, then the second command will run, that is we will run some tests. Then the third command will run, that grep means it will search that Herschel cloud in index.html file. Okay, it will search. If it is not available in index.html file, the building process will be failed, right? Because we have given that instruction, that command will not run, this command will get failed and the whole process will get failed, right? Then here post build. Okay, if the building phase has been completed successfully, then in that case what happen, the post build phase, even it will run the command, even if it run the command successfully or not. Okay, no issue, right? So all the phases will be done properly, every steps will be taken. So here post build process, post build phase, you can see that command echo we are in the post build phase. Okay, so these things will happen, right? So the very first thing, that the AWS Linux will be installed. Okay, it will be installed, and every command and everything, it will be run on that instance, right? So that complete package will be uh, turned as a image, Docker image, or the containerization. That image will create that Docker image will create the artifacts, and those artifacts will be saved in S3 bucket. So this is the actual process. So here everything okay. So I hope that you understand that these four phases. We can also add here environment variables. I'll tell you about environment variables in this video later. And then here at the end of that file, we can also add here the artifacts. Okay, that artifact should be it should be mentioned here. If you want to save the artifacts in S3 bucket, so we need to mention that the files here. Okay, so that will also take care, that will also I'll explain you in this video later. So okay, everything is perfect right now here. Then okay, so we are going to code build, and project already created, we have created the project, we just wanted to start the building process. Okay, so just start this building process. Oh. Why it's not working? Just click on that build project. Due to internet issue, it's not working properly. Let me pause this video for some time because connectivity is not good here. Okay. Okay guys, so we are start building process here. So I click on it, so build started, right? It have successfully started, and you can see the status that is in progress. If you go down and you can check the phase, right? So there are so many phases and it is showing the status for that phases, so we need to check that. Okay, we need to wait for some time so that the building process will be completed. So again it will take some time for building the process, so I'm going to pause this video for some time. Okay guys, so here we can see that building process is successful, the status is successful, and if you go down you can see the phase details, right? So the first stage is submitted stage, okay, then queue, then provisioning, then download source, install, okay, the install first phase, then pre-build process phase, then build phase, then post build phase. So everything, all the phases you can see here. Okay, upload artifacts, there is no artifacts facts we have mentioned there to upload in S3 bucket, but still it is showing successful because we have not mentioned anything. So by default it is showing successful, then finalizing and completing. So these are the phases. Okay, we need to check that. Then here build logs, you can see the logs here. Okay, so the 1000 logs, 1000 lines we can see here, and if you want to check more lines then you can go in the cloudwatch cloudwatch logs, right? There you can see all the logs available generated for this code build. So here you can see everything. Okay, everything is containerization. Okay, so the container will be created by the docker image, and then everything uh, uh, will be installed, right? Or the command will be executed. So you can see all the logs here, right? So by reading the logs you come to understand that what happened with the code build in a building process. So everything is perfect till now. Okay, so what I'm doing right now, so we have successfully build the code. Okay, so I'm going to here my project. Okay, code build project. So in that project there are some. Okay, so start with build with overrides. Okay, just click on that, and here if you go down, if I go down you can see the environment variables override. Okay, so we can create the environment variables. For example we have a website. Okay, for example we have some website like um, okay, my URL. Okay, URL, this is my URL, and my URL is harshalcloudxyz.com. Okay, this is the URL. Okay, I just want I don't have any issue if people can read my URL. Okay, so I put it in plain text, so anybody can read my URL. Okay, I don't have to worry about that. Then I have to add the my URL password, right? So okay, I will not happy if anybody can read my password. So in that case what we have to do, we have to put that type parameter. Okay, and here we have to go SSM. SSM is system manager. Okay, we have to go that system manager. Okay, I just right click on that and open the link in the new tab. If I go there, okay, and you can see that parameter. Okay, we need to create the parameter. Where is the parameter? Okay, so here you can see the parameter store. Just click on that store. Here already there is one parameter somebody has created. I have created already. I had created. So I first delete this one. So delete parameter. Okay, so now there is no parameter available. So I create a new fresh parameter. Okay, I give name Herschel Cloud. Okay, that's fine. Then leave it description as it is optional. Select standard. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so in terms of password, it should be a secure, so that's why I click on secure string encrypt sensitive data using KMS keys from your account or another account. So that's fine, we are encrypting the password, and then KMS key source, that is my current account, and then KMS key ID, that is fine. Okay, it is secured by the KMS key, AWS KMS key. Then okay, so here is our password. Okay, so I'm giving the password, that is my password. Okay, do not fetch password. Okay, so this is something I have written here. Okay, this is my password, right? So this is the value. If I click outside, then you can see it is we cannot read, right? So this is the password I have created, and okay, so do not fetch password, right? So create the parameters. So parameter is created. Okay guys, so we have created parameter, that is Herschel Cloud, right? So just kindly copy that Herschel Cloud, the name of the parameter, and if we go to code build, here you can see the environment variable, right? So here rather than writing over here the password, we can simply parameter name should be put okay, in that value tab. So okay, so everything is perfect. So now we are going to start building again. So it started building the process again. It will take some time, it is in process, you can see that. And if you go down, you can check the phase details also. If there is something wrong and it is failed, then we can again troubleshoot the process. But I hope that everything will be fine, and it will be successful. So I'm going to pause for some time. Okay guys, you can see that here the status is failed. Okay, so we should check that's what's wrong with this time. So here I can see that the download source. Okay, so while downloading the code, this process is failed, it is unable to download. Why? Because we have created the parameter, okay, but we have not set the policy for SSM. Okay, SSM policy we have not set on the role, okay, that code build role, right? So in that case, what we have to do, go to IAM. So right click and open into new tab. So okay, so here go to role. Okay, so automatically role has been created when we created the project. Okay, while creating the project, role automatically, the new role has been created automatically, right? So in that case, I have to check that, okay, this is code build, right? So that role was created. So the first code, right, that's the only role. Okay, so just click on that role, and here you can see that this is the policy. Okay, by default it has attached the policy, but I have to attach the policy, that is SSM, right? Why SSM? Because I have created the parameter uh, on SSM, right? So I have to give the permission. So that's why I need to attach the policy here, right? So that is SSM policy I have to attach. So just select SSM, and here SSM full access, okay, or read write access, read only access, that is also fine, but I'm going to give Amazon SSM full access, so that is also okay. So attach policy. So the policy has been attached to the code build, right? Code build role, okay. So now policy has been attached. So I hope everything is good. So go to code build, and again, so this is the download source, this is the phase where we got failed, okay. So again we start retry build, okay, building the code again I need to pause the video. Okay guys, this time again I got failed because there is some error in my URL. Okay, so I guess that a dash is not required for my URL. This name is something, has something error. So let me go to where, okay, here in code commit and go to the project, build project. Here I click and edit, just click on that and start build with overrides. I just click on that. There is a naming convention has some error, okay, so click here and okay, here I cannot see anything. So right now if I check build project, this is environment variable, edit the environment variable. Okay, give name, that is my URL, then Herschel Cloud url.com, give any name, right? Then add environment variable, and here you can see Herschel Cloud, the name. Then go here and password parameter and paste Herschel Cloud. So I hope this time it will work. So update this environment, let's see if it works. So okay, now start building. If we go here environment variable, and we can see my URL, this is okay. So this time we need to check, we need to wait for some time. Okay guys, now you can see that everything is successful, all the phases are successful, right? So we had some issue with that download source there. What happened, the naming convention had some issues, okay. We had given the hyphen between the names, okay. So I removed later the hyphen and put underscore, and now it is successful. So that troubleshooting part was also there, and we had successfully troubleshoot the issue, and now we had successfully build a code, right? So there is an environment variable we have passed, okay, we have passed the password, and there is a URL. Okay, so every time if somebody wants to use that URL, there is no password anybody can see, okay, except me, right? So that is also possible. Then now what we have to do, we have to again edit something, right? We have to edit something here. If I click over here and okay, go to edit, and here we can see the artifacts. Okay, so after what happened, after the docker image gone, the artifacts will be produced, and the same artifacts will save into S3 bucket, right? So just go to artifacts, and okay, so here we have to select that Amazon S3 bucket, right? Then bucket name, there is no bucket available right now, so we have to go to S3 and we should create a bucket. So just click on it and I open this in new tab. Simply I just wants to create a bucket. Okay, so in that case just go to bucket, click on that bucket section, and here you can find the create bucket option. Just click on it. Okay, give a bucket name, anything. Okay, my artifacts. Okay, I give that name. Then okay, Ohio US EST2, that's fine. Okay, so we are actually building the code in that region only, so that's okay, that's absolutely fine. Then okay, just go down, go down, and here you can see that default encryption, that default encryption is also needed. Why it is needed? Because encryption, because artifact is very important for us, and we have to do enable the encryption for that bucket. So enable the encryption, and that by default Amazon S3 managed key. Okay, this encryption will be enabled for that for this bucket. And if you go down in advanced setting, there is nothing to do, right? So right now everything is perfect, and we need to create the bucket. So just click on that. Okay, there is some error. So what is saying, bucket with the same name already exists. Okay, there is some already, there is bucket exists, bucket name exists, so we have to change the name, my artifacts in the new project. Okay, so I have given that name, anything name you have to given. The only thing is that the name should be unique, right? So okay, now go down and just create the bucket. Now the bucket will be creating shortly. So bucket is created now, right? And then now I have to okay, go to that code build here, right? So now what I have to do, just refresh this page, so that bucket name will be shown here. Okay, so click on that Amazon S3 and the bucket name will be shown here right now. Okay, so I have clicked that bucket name and everything, that is fine. Okay, artifact packaging none. Okay, you can give an zip. Okay, so I just want that the artifacts will be produced, that should be in zip file, and save it in S3 bucket. So I have click on this zip option, and then allow AWS Codebuild to modify this service role so it can be used with the Codebuild project. Okay, so okay, this will allow, right? Fine. So if we go down, and the encryption key, by default encryption key will be created, the same encryption key is KMS encryption key, right? So the AWS KMS encryption key automatically created for the artifacts S3 bucket for security reason, right? So this is by default encryption key, and here we should update artifacts. So artifacts is updated successfully. Okay, but there is one more change, one more thing we have to do, right? We have to put the we have to mention that artifacts in YAML file also, right? We have to give instruction to the code build. Okay, so for that reason, what we have to do, we have to just go to here in the documentation. In the documentation, you can simply check the build spec, right? Build spec, then reference. Okay, I just want to check build spec reference. Like for artifacts, what we have to actually mention, right? How we write the artifacts in the YAML file. So I don't know anything about that. So that's why I just want the reference, build spec file reference. So build spec reference I have put here and I'm searching for it. So you can see the build specification reference for code build. That's what I want, right? So just click on it. So once you click over here, we just need to find out that that artifact section, right? If we go down, go down, go down, right? Uh, Here you can see the artifact, right? Artifacts. Okay. If we go down, there is one more change. I want to create artifacts for all the files, so that's what I want to check if there is something. So if we go down, where it should be there, it should be there, because I already read that this file, this documentation. So okay, I got it, right? So here you can see artifacts, files, and this one, this is what I want, right? Just click on that. Artifacts will be created for all the files. Okay, that's why here star star underscore star, it means that the any name, okay, those files will be produced for artifacts. So just copy this and go to code commit, and here we are in already in build spec YAML file, so just edit that. We are editing the file, and once we have edited the file, we can write of okay. So here we can paste. Okay, we have pasted the file, and here we can write anything. Okay, so I have given the name Herschel Cloud, file name. Okay, so I have given file name, that is Herschel Cloud, and everything is fine. Okay, artifacts and all files will be produced as artifacts, so that is okay. So here I can write Herschel, whatever the commit name you want to give, you can give it. So Herschel Cloud, I write this, then Herschel Cloud at example.com. Okay, that's fine, you can give any name. So I have created I have mentioned the artifacts here, right? We have already checked the build spec YAML build spec reference file. So in the build spec, this is this is how you mention the artifacts. So that is perfectly okay. And then we have also created that artifacts here, where it is, okay, in S3 bucket. So that is S3 bucket. Okay, we have bucket created. So okay, everything is perfect, successful. Artifacts for build project successfully updated. Okay, if I go to that bucket, artifacts build name will be successfully updated. See, okay, just click in this, that, okay, nothing for now, nothing has been created, so that's okay. Okay, go to code build, and we should start the build. Okay, so it is now in progress, and it is building the logs. This is phase. Okay, it is showing the status of the phase. Here is the report, will be created. Environment variable, you will get the information about environment variable, then detail, build details, okay, everything that you have mentioned, that you have configured. Then resource utilization, view in the CloudWatch, we can see the metrics in the CloudWatch also, okay. That I will explain you in the later on this video. So for now we have to wait for some time to build the code. So how much? Okay, it will take some time. I have to pause this video for some time. Okay guys, now you can see that all the phases are successful in status. So all are successful. That is excellent. And if I go to yeah, that build log, here also you can see uh, okay, you can see here, right, in the container that that artifacts, okay, that expanding all the files, okay, that found 17 files and upload artifacts, that is also successful. So artifacts is being successfully uploaded, right? So we just need to go where we need to go in the S3. Where is S3? Okay, so here is S3. So go to bucket, okay, click on this. Okay, I guess there is some issue. It is showing successful, but the file is not being uploaded. So we have to refresh again. Why it is not showing? Why it is showing successful? So yeah, it's kind of fun. I'm not sure why it is not okay right now. Okay, we can see here that the first code build project, it has been successfully uploaded, right? And you can see the file. So you can download that file, okay. So if we go to the bucket, okay, in bucket, this is our bucket. If we go into the bucket, in that bucket there is a file uploaded, okay, that is 1947 and this is 1950. So before 3 minutes that the artifacts is uploaded. If we just click on that, okay, and we can download that artifact if we want. So this is the zip file, right? So because we had mentioned that the artifact should be converted to zip and uploaded in S3 bucket. So the same happened here, okay. So we have done all the steps, okay. So building the code, you understand that how can we build the code, okay. So everything is done, okay. Then now we have to check about CloudWatch, okay. So we have to go to CloudWatch here, CloudWatch. If we go to CloudWatch, okay, I open that CloudWatch in the new tab. So okay, just I told you that logs will be generated, okay. If I go to that code build, okay, and here if I click here and edit, right, here is the log, okay. There is a click on CloudWatch logs, it is optional, right? So all the logs will be generated in CloudWatch. If I go here, go to the log groups, there you can see the CloudWatch, okay. So this is my project, my first code build project, okay. This is the log, right? So many logs has been generated, all the logs has been generated, whether it is failed Okay, whether it is successful, failed, whatever the action we had performed in the code build, everything, all the logs had been generated, have been generated in the log group. Okay, you can see that in the log group, right? So just click on this and you can see all the logs, right? You can see all the logs, and if anything, if any steps get failure, then you can check the logs, and you can also troubleshoot, right, and get the desired output. So that is what log is important about. Okay, then again, if you want to monitor the code build, then there is a metric. By checking the metric you can monitor, right? If I here you can see the code build. Okay, then view automatic dashboard. If you click on this, right, there you can monitor, okay. So here you can see that first code build project, right? This code build project success. Okay, how many success? This one is for success, this one is for failed, this one is for the sum. Okay, so everything you can manage over here, and the duration, average time. Okay, so according to that you can also monitor and check the CloudWatch metric. Again, if you click here and if you go to event, right, so just go to rule, CloudWatch event, right? Here you can create the rule. Okay, so either you can create a rule for schedule. For example, I click here for schedule, right? If I want to 1 hour, okay, I want to start building the code for every 1 hour. Okay, in that case what you have to do, you can we can simply click on that schedule and fix the rate for 1 hour. Then here code build, right, because we want to code build project, right? And there is, you have to add the ARN, right? ARN. So I don't know that what ARN is needed, so simply you can go to learn more. Okay, and also I'm telling you, if I'm not sure, but let me check. If we go to code build, and here is, no, there is nothing here in the setting. If we can check connection, no. If we get the ARN, no, we cannot see ARN here. Okay, we cannot see ARN here. So in that case what we have to do, where is CloudWatch? Okay, so in that case what we have to do, we simply go to learn more, and there you get the template for ARN, right? For code build, if you want to build a project, there is a ARN. Okay, every hour that project will be that will build a project at every hour. Okay, as per the schedule. Okay, if you want to start build, then this is ARN. If you want to report, okay, so there is, you can see everything, right? So I just want to build, so in that case build ID, no, project name. Okay, I want to build a project, so just copy that, and here you can go and click here, Control V, right? Then you have to edit, right? So this is ARN code build, that's fine. Then region ID, what should be the region ID? Region ID is Ohio, right? That Ohio is US East 2. So I have to write US East 2. Okay, then account ID. Okay, so the account ID would be, if I go here, and this is the account ID, right? So click on that, Control C, Control V. Okay, This one is account ID. Then project name, right? So just click on that, and project name would be, where is project? I go to code build, and this is project build, right? This is project name. So just click on this, copy that, and here, where is CloudWatch? Control V, right? So everything is perfect. Then create new role for specific. Okay, the role will be created automatically. So here, if we configure the detail, so you have to give the name. The name would be invoke every 1 hour. Okay, then everything is fine. Then the create rule. So the rule has been created, and every hour you can see that rule has been created, and in every hour it will build the project, right? The role automatically created, okay, and the CloudWatch event will automatically CloudWatch schedule will automatically invoke the code build AWS code build, and the uh, code build project will be created for the same time. Okay, so this is what happened here. Okay, I'm just going to delete here, right? So I have deleted. You can again create the rule. Okay, so it is not only for schedule for that AWS code build. You can do it for anything, SNS topic. Okay, so everything, all message will be sent to, notification will be sent to the subscribers. Okay, that SQS topic, automation, Lambda, Kinesis stream. So there is so much. Okay, there is lot of targets you can mention here. Okay, then again you can do that event pattern also, right? Now in event pattern, how can you do it? Okay, for example, code build. Okay, I'm doing it for code build. So this is code build you have created, so all the events, right? So if I go to that code build state change, okay, so then you can also specify that stage should be, if it is failed, then what happen, it will trigger to the target. Okay, it will invoke the target, right? If it is a stop, then it will invoke the target. It should be an EC2 instance. It should invoke the EC2 instance. It should invoke the Lambda function. It should invoke the SNS. It will go notification to all the way. So everything it can be possible, right? So you just need to mention over here. We just need to configure, right? So this is the step you have to follow, right? So we are doing the Lambda here. Then if there is a Lambda function, then you have to mention here the Lambda function. So you can do a pretty much here, you can do a lot more, right? So I hope that in today's video you have able to understand the code build and how the automation can be done between code build and CloudWatch events, right? So thank you so much guys for watching my video. Have a good day. Goodbye.